log recording. It's 6:23 p.m. It is the 2nd of May, 2022, Monday. We're John C. Roseman, California. Okay, the grand experiment I had today. Thank God. It actually worked for a change. Yeah, it actually did work for a change. I mean, hell, I thought I wasn't going to be a cook again. Or some kind of cook. Only because when you lose track of your skills after when depression and grief and everything else hits you at the same time, you can't focus really on what the hell you're supposed to be doing. I mean, I hadn't. And it drove me nuts. It drove me nuts. And I just couldn't deal with it. I relished the times when I was cooking. I relished the times when I was actually able to watch my brother in action. Not my brother. There was a joke running between us both. We learned how to cook out of survival, and we told the joke to a lot of people left and right. Because Ma just didn't know how to cook right. We survived her for cooking. But when my brother was actually able to cook, he was actually able to cook better than she was. She didn't complain. The only thing she could do right was the holiday turkey. Or maybe the chickens, if we actually had some chickens, or Cornish hens. And that stuff, Cornish hens, each person. Oh, it's a jewel right there. But my brother teaching me how to cook and trying to be patient with me as I'm trying to cook. At least I hadn't food poisoned anybody, and I wasn't on the level of Ma. But I didn't do the holiday cooking either. I just cooked when David wasn't around, and we actually ate, and we actually did able to be we survived. I know some people don't even have the capability of cooking all that much, and they like fast food or go to restaurants a lot because they cook a lot better. My brother goes in the Navy, and he learns cooking techniques. He comes back home. Despite all the stuff he's been through and all the hell he had been through, at least some of the positive stuff was he was teaching me how to cook better. And I appreciated that. So we cooked a great deal of foods that I miss. Well, one of them, sometimes I didn't quite like it all that much, but, I tolerated it. It was beef stew. It was beef stew. But the attitude towards it's kind of changed a little bit these days. After David's dead, and I was struggling on how to fix food for myself. I remember some of the recipes and tried to do some of the recipes. A simple spaghetti meal will last you a few days or more. American mac and cheese with some cheese on top of it, if the oven was still working. Well, it'll last you a little bit longer than that. What to call a spaghetti mac anyway. After you get your spaghetti sauce over the macaroni noodles. And just get some cheese. Either have it in a pan and melt it, or put it in a microwave and melt it, and there you go. That was still something. When you're living on the cheap. Pasta packages left and right, cheese packages left and right, some butter if you're lucky, and whatever meat that you can get yourself. Spam or other things. And sometimes that was dinner or lunch or both. Sometimes they would have it for breakfast. When we actually had the ingredients to make stew, he'd be cooking, but when he did lose his cooking, when he did lose his skills on that one, I had to cook everything. I had to be the chef in the family. I'm a lousy chef. I'm a lousy cook. I know how to boil water, right? But it seemed like I'm starting from scratch all over again. My brother had been a star, and I worshipped it far too long. But now I got to get back together again, get beyond the survival, and get on to what we used to eat. Somewhat. I mean, I can still do spaghetti and American Mac. The next step, let's see, would be the chicken and rice dish from a recipe we'd gotten from a church function, a recipe book that actually had everything else in it, and some of the stuff was a little outdated, especially when you're talking about measurements. We had to guess on our own and guess right. Well, we had gas appliance, such as a gas stove that works. We're actually able to control it and able to function and eat. But electric is a different story altogether, and this one keeps shorting out so far. So we hadn't been able to fix that one just yet. And one of our old used crock box that actually gave out finally in my lifetime here. We tried a couple of times. It still didn't work right. So I'm not quite sure if I'm ready to try it again, but I'll do it. See what the hell happens. For right now, it's just beef stew. And a lot of people have made recipes concerning about that, their own variations on that. I was shoving bay leaves in the damn thing. I never shoved bay leaves in it. Fuck it. Get your Worcestershire, season up your fluid, which is usually beef broth. I never used bouillon cubes. No, I just use actual beef broth. I mean, you get them from the store, that's no problem. One package usually does, or two if you're lucky. If the pot's big enough for it. And then it's off to the races, boys and girls. Peel the potatoes, chop the carrots, open up the cans of vegetables, pour that in there. And my brother would tell me, pour it in there with the juice. Helps give it more flavor. I guess maybe that's where I got the more disgust with it, because I was tasting more of the vegetable juice instead of the flavoring. But my brother was like, I couldn't stand it. Maybe that was why. This time I didn't do any draining of it. I didn't throw frozen carrots that were chopped up. I didn't do any peeling of the potatoes, but that's alright. It still came out okay. They're edible. A bit squishy in the mouth. And the skin is also roughage. When I usually eat baked potatoes, um, you okay, Momish? You're grunting. Come here. Come here, honey. Okay. Usually when I eat baked potatoes, I eat it with the skin. People don't like that. I mean, I usually eat it without it, but I guess for years now I've changed over to eating it with the skin, because I heard how some of the vitamins and nutrients are still in there somewhere. So, and if it's roughage, what the hell? The starchy stuff isn't going to give you any roughage. It's just going to be absorbed in the skin or in the butt and the digestive system. But the skin itself is broken down, and it's used for roughage. So that's good. I could do that. So I've done it in my stew here. Some days when you couldn't even afford stew meat, you had to get something else cheaper. A cheaper piece of beef. And one time we tried hamburger. Tried to make a hamburger soup. On some occasions we would have that a long time ago. Didn't exactly like it. We still had the same vegetable medley. But it just wasn't into it. The flavor wasn't catching me. This time I was thinking more of it. This time I was trying to capture something of the past. And now, since I've already captured something of the past, it's probably asking me, why the hell did I make all this much in the first place? But it's how it is when you make stew. Oh, they should have beef stew in different places in the different areas where they have it either watery or thick as hell. And I usually made mine thick as hell with crackers in it. Throw mine in a bowl and throw the crackers in a bowl, scratch it up, and I'm able to eat something starchy. But at least it will have some kind of flavoring in it going down. All these nice things, nice memories. And then what do I expect a little bit later tonight? A ball. No, a crying ball, actually. I hate to say it, but sometimes I am so damn negative it scares the hell out of me. And it probably pisses off people, probably, because I cannot put myself in that kind of situation where I can be totally happy. Maybe a little pieces here and there, I can try enjoying something for a moment. And that's all we get is a moment, you know. We have lifelong moments of misery and torment, but we can still try to hold on to little pieces of positive memory that actually made things a little worthwhile, and that is a good thing. Good shields for trying to keep away from the misery all the time. I don't know if I'm going to be crying tonight or not. I hope not. I'll be screwing up my day tomorrow. This week is the last week of school. I've already got my grade from an essay. I've already got my grades regarding the class. But I'm planning on staying with it. Get some videos. I plan on videotaping what I need to tape. What I mean by that is I've been trying to get a project going on for my own personal use. Probably put it out there on YouTube. Actually, I get the damn thing worked on. I probably at the start of fall. But if I can get it done earlier than that, it'll be a miracle in hell. I'm sorry, it'll be a miracle from God, not from hell. What am I saying? Anyway, if I can get the well, when it's done, pieces of it here and there. But actually, when I get some kind of video going, I intend to have a record of how I survived the COVID nightmare. I didn't make any video records of how I was dealing with the COVID situation itself, but the video I'm hoping to make is how I survived after the COVID when I'm actually able to go into a college and attend class. And even though it's going to be for the last week, I need to make that address and I need to get permission from the professor so I can do that and from the students. That way, it's not for, you know, it's just to showing people how things went. I show the construction and everything else I can. Because this has been one crazy time of my life. Maybe I won't cry tonight. Maybe I won't be depressed as hell. Maybe there's a chance I can actually be able to sleep for a change and wake up in a few hours and then get myself together for school. Yeah, I'm a bit nervous about it. Who wouldn't be? I mean, come on. I'm dealing with education system here that's going to be scaring the living crap out of me anyway. So I got to do things. Hopefully they're not going to be scaring the hell out of me. I'll have my dinner ready to go when I come home. It'll be stew. It'll be good. And if I actually had noodles, I could put it on top of noodles. But I'll tell you one thing I won't be doing. I know a lot of people can try putting recipes to the Maruchan noodles. Oh my god, I can't. No. I can't deal with it anymore. No. Japanese noodles like that anymore? No, I get burned down on those damn things left and right. I miss pasta. I miss angel hair. I miss regular spaghetti. Something with a stew on top of it, maybe with a bit of melted cheese. Just so I can have something unusual to eat. And this is how a diet usually works for me. Is I'll have mixed mass and mishmash and stuff like that together. But it's how weird recipes are, you know? It's a way of survival. Not that I'm making a cooking book. No, I'm not. Too many cooks out there. Too many cookbooks. Nah, I think I'll just deal with the vids. Deal with my own life right now as it is. Yeah, this week is supposed to be celebrating, actually this month, it's supposed to be celebrating mental health awareness. We're also supposed to be celebrating Star Wars. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, shall we deal with mental health here? By the way, I got your mental health right here. Oh, this wonderful stuff that you can get at DisneyStore.com. Oh, this is supposed to be celebrating Star Wars month. When Star Wars came out on May 4th, 1977. Well, I remember a long time ago when Star Trek came out in September. September 8th, 1966. My brother dies in September 8th, 2018. Coinkydink? The hardest day for me to celebrate for Star Trek is my brother's death on it, an anniversary. But today it's no death anniversary, it's just basically dealing with a lightsaber. I gotta get the batteries on this one replaced. It's been about a year. Things like this are not allowed on college campuses, I'm afraid. And they look at it as a weapon because it could be bopping on someone else's head and hurting them. Or it could be used for a threat. Even though some people might be wearing costumes. Just wear the t-shirts and that's the safest thing right there. But carrying this damn thing along, oh my God, I'm going to be in trouble. But not at home. Not at home. Just not on the campus, that's all. And I guess that's where the triggers just came in. I was waiting for karma to strike, karma struck. Because the thing what I remembered about Star Trek is it came out on the 8th of September, 1966. The same day my brother passed away, as I mentioned before. And those kind of anniversaries, running side by side, it's usually like dealing with other people I've seen online on social media, that they cannot deal with anniversaries of certain things that they loved a great deal. Now, it feels like it's the hated thing in their life. Simply put, the family that celebrated now misses, and therefore the anniversary becomes harder and harder to deal with. How does that grab you? The karma, the second shoe, dropping down. Still, May 4th is not here. It is still May 2nd. It is still Monday. The anniversary of my brother's death is months away. It's not here. And this is coming up on the end of a semester. Now, if I'm going to be sad about it, I'm going to be sad about missing my friends, the instructors, and a few students that actually have to cross your paths every so often and then disappear. You'll never know if you see them again or not. You take pictures or anything else about them just to keep memos or keepsakes. That's one thing. And I do keep some of the memories, and I had a few pictures still saved and a couple of projects that we may have done a long time ago. And the ghosts will be walking, but not the actual presence. So I'm probably going to be calling it in. I'll probably see what's on tonight. Veg out on regular television instead of vegging out on the news where Putin's going to be trying to think of something else dastardly to kill people in another country. The world going after him. The world reacting to different ways of their own situations. And I'll try to avoid the triggers as much as possible of the ones where they leave me crying my eyeballs out and not able to focus on what needs to be focused. Until that happens, I will keep in contact. So, we'll see what happens for the rest of the week. We'll just pop this back out there. We'll see what happens. I can tell you that it was still magical enough. Well, I was hoping and praying for a bit of a present. And I got it. I was hoping for a meal that reminded me about my family and about the past. I had. Well, the next meal I'm going to be fixing like a madman. The next, who knows how long. Maybe it'll be a lot more complicated than this. And then maybe I can enjoy it a lot more. Until next time, guys.